Hello everyone, this is Mr. Carpenter. If you are getting this email, you are part of the Carpenterland class for 2018-2019. I am really excited. I'll be honest with everyone, I was taking some college courses this summer, and a couple of weeks ago, as the course was finishing up, I had lots of papers and presentations to be done, and I was feeling really low and I was really worried about this school year. And then I got my class list and I looked at it, and there were so many families that have had a sibling in class with me before, or someone that has done an enrichment class. I know a lot of you walking in the door, and it made me really, really excited. So I am really looking forward to this school year. I'm excited to see everyone. As you can see here on the screen, back to school night is on the 13th, and this is from 4 to 6 p.m. Coming in, bring your stuff for your school supplies. I'll have a locker already picked out for you. I'll have a name tag down where you can put your stuff, so you don't have to worry about that when you come in on Wednesday. I always do these videos because back to school night is kind of crazy, and you may have questions as a parent or even as a student, and there's just a lot of going on. You may have multiple classrooms that you want to visit, want to talk to, and I'll be honest, I don't get enough information out on back to school night, so I usually try to use these videos as a way of communicating a little bit to parents about what to expect, to students what to expect in the room, and kind of what being in Carpenterland is all about. So this is my family. There's my oldest daughter, Caitlin, to the right in the picture. My twin daughters, Madison with the glasses on, Aubrey with the glasses up. They're twins. They're 14. And then that's my wife, Jennifer. We've been married 16 years. I've been at a Boyd for 6 years. All 6 years I've been in the high ability program. In 5th grade, I graduated from IPFW in 2013 with my bachelor's. I had spent 10 years prior to that doing mortgages. I got my high ability license from Ball State in 2016. I am currently working on getting a master's degree in education administration that I'm roughly about halfway through. I will be finished probably in June of 2019. And I was named a Boyd's Teacher of the Year last year. So it's really awesome that my peers nominated me for the Teacher of the Year, and I get the really nice parking space in the parking lot with my name on it and everything. So what to expect from me? Obviously, I'm a parent as well, and the thing that always drove me crazy was getting a million emails from the teacher, and it kind of lost when I need to really pay attention to them versus when I didn't need to pay attention to them. If they sent me an email every day, they end up kind of getting in the wash. If you want daily communication, Canvas is the place to go. I put everything that we have done on Canvas. We do a lot of stuff with Google, with Canvas, so you can see what's going on in the class through that medium. When I send an email, it's usually something, hey, this is something that you need to be paying attention to that's coming up. So I always send those out. So I'm not trying to bombard you with information, just I email when I need to. And then if you're interested in learning a little bit more about me, seeing some pictures, you can always go to Twitter. I'm at Carpenterland. And I use that fairly often. I haven't used it as much this summer because I've been pretty busy, but I do usually use that quite a bit throughout the course of the school year. One big thing that you're going to be hearing a lot about over the course of this year, if you have any students in Southwest Allen County School, is the Mastery Learning Pilot. This is K to 12, so if you have students at the high school level, you may hear your students talking about it. If you have students at other buildings, they may be talking about their teacher being part of the pilot. Not quite half the teachers in the districts are part of this learning pilot, and more information, of course, will be coming home. The focus of this is that the students really master the material that is presented to them, not so much worried about what grade gets put in the grade book. And their idea is that there's not good and bad learners, it's just that learners learn at different rates. So in your traditional, what we grew up with, you would have your instruction, maybe some review, an assessment, and then you'd move on to the next unit. Mastery learning is a little bit different, and I've got this picture down here at the bottom of this slide. You can see you've got your unit, so your unit would be the instruction. Unit 1, I've taught 4 days on this material, and instead of spending a day on review or 2 days on review, we go immediately into an assessment. You notice it says Assessment A, and with that assessment, it's rubric based, so the kids will know exactly what their expectations are to complete mastery. And then once they do that assessment, I look at the mastery standards. I determine whether the student have reached that mastery level. If they have, they go into a fun, interesting, choice-based enrichment activity that they can do. If they haven't mastered the standard yet, that's okay. On this little slide, it says remediation. We're going to call it correctives, where they'll have certain activities, meeting with me in small groups, where they get the instruction again, but in a different way than they originally received it. And then once a day or two are over, we have an assessment B. It is not a retake. It is actually a separate parallel assessment. And then after assessment B, we go on to unit 2. So your student actually has 2 chances to obtain mastery. And that's where it's really talking about learners learn at different rates. And that's what mastery is really trying to get to, this mastery learning pilot. One of the really cool things is Southwest Allen County School had partnered with Purdue University with the professor over there, and her name is Dr. Link. And then she has a connection with a gentleman who's an expert in mastery learning. His name is Dr. Thomas Guskey. They've done speeches to parent groups last year preparing for this. Dr. Guskey is out of the University of Kentucky. What's really great, I told you I'm taking classes right now. Dr. Link is one of my main professors. I've gotten linked in with Dr. Guskey as well. Got to hang out with him a little bit. Really interesting, neat guy. And I'm actually part of the group of students that is actually doing some research based with Dr. Guskey. So I get a little bit more access to the mastery learning than others. And I also have gotten to interview a lot of teachers that have gone through this, kind of know the ups and downs. This ultimately is new to me too, so there may be tweaks as we move along. But this is a big thing that you probably will hear your students start talking about. At a boy, if your students are doing the mastery learning, it is definitely going to be in math, and we will definitely have it in math. But we will also probably be looking at this in social studies as well. And then as we progress throughout the year, this might be a change to other subject areas that moves into this mastery learning pilot. One of the other big programs we do is We the People. We spend a lot of time learning about the foundations of our government. We start in February, researching, talking about material. Kids are then put in groups to create a speech, become experts in a particular area, and then we actually go into a panel of experts and give our speech. So that's usually in May. It's a really fun program. It's difficult, but as I say, it's worthy, and it's one of the highlights of the 5th grade experience that we have. A lot of questions I get about homework. I'm not huge into homework. I think every year that I have been teaching, I have given less and less homework over that course of time. You can see over to the right why that kind of matches some of my beliefs in what homework is. If you want your child to continue that academic studies at home, I always suggest having them read and then actually also write about their reading for 20 minutes. That could be what they've learned in their fiction writing. It could be research report, those kind of things, but something that they get an opportunity to choose that they're interested in, and that will help their reading and hopefully their writing as well. Some other big things that we have happen in 5th grade is we go to JA Biztown. I think once they were late September, October is when we're going to JA Biztown. I'll get more information out to you guys soon. The kids actually perform a job for the day. They will have to interview for jobs. They actually go into a little business and do a job for a day. We also have Pi Day, which is on or around March 14th. We always put that just because we don't know what testing schedules and if we can actually do the 14th or not. So we always put it on and around for Pi Day. And then we also have the 5th grade musical, which tryout information will be sent home. I think we're going to do that pretty soon when the year starts because Mrs. Widener is pregnant, and I think we want to try to get those tryouts in unless information has changed since I've talked to them last. But when that comes up, information will be coming home definitely, so everyone knows, and there's multiple days that you can do that. That's really the big things that I wanted to talk about. If you have any questions, please email me. I will be looking forward to seeing everyone on the 13th. And then we start up for the full year on the 15th. I will see you then. See you later, Carpenterlanders.